Hello friends and welcome back to Busy Girl Budgets. My name is Mallory and I live in New Mexico with my husband and our 2 dogs. On this channel we utilize the cash envelope system, and today we're going to be doing our weekly cash unstuffing as well as budgeting for our upcoming paycheck. So grab your favorite drink or snack, cozy up, and let's get to budgeting. Hi everybody and welcome back again. Today is a beautiful, beautiful day here in New Mexico and I do have my window open. You might hear the birds. It is so sunny, so I might kind of try to get through this a little bit quickly because I really want to go outside and work on my yard for a little while and take a walk and do all the things. It is definitely just feeling like spring today, which is kind of crazy because over the weekend it snowed, which was like totally out of the ordinary for this time of year in Albuquerque, but yeah, it was wild. Anyway, we are going to be doing our cash unstuffing today, and we have quite a bit to unstuff. So we're going to start with my wallet, and I feel like it's been so long since I did my last cash stuffing because I am behind in filming this as usual, and I don't remember what I put in here last week, but I know that there's more money in here than what I put last week. I think I got some cash tips from Instacart or somebody gave me cash. I don't know. Either way, all of this is getting unstuffed today. It's been spent. I really did not use cash this week to pay, and that was not good. So I need to get back to using my cash. I had been doing really well with it for a while. So this week, anyway, we are unstuffing everything from my wallet. So we have $50 in groceries, which was spent. $50 in dining out. We did not actually go out to eat, but this was spent elsewhere. We did spend extra on groceries this week. My fun money, I spent it. I don't even know. And then I have all these ones, and I don't know where this came from. But anyway, I've got 5, 10, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so that's all coming out of my wallet. So my wallet is empty. And then we're going to go into the high priority binder. So what drink are you guys having today? Whenever it gets warm outside, I'm always wanting iced tea or a crisp Fresca. I love a Fresca. Oh my goodness. But my drink of choice currently I have here in my Detroit Tigers Yeti that my niece got for me is a 0 sugar Dr. Pepper cream soda with a little bit of sweet cream in it. And it is absolutely phenomenal. It tastes like a Dr. Pepper float. Delicious. A lot of times I will do the Dr. Pepper cream soda with a vanilla protein shake because it gives the same vibes as with some sweet cream, but I don't have any vanilla protein shakes right now. I need to get some. But your girl is trying to get those protein goals, and it is hard. It is really hard. If you guys are trying to hit a high protein goal, what are you doing to try to do that? Because my protein goal is 145 grams a day, and I feel like it's impossible. Yeah. So what are you guys doing to get those gains if you're doing that? Anyway, okay, so in the high priority binder, we are unstuffing $150 from the dog's emergency fund. So we went ahead and scheduled Luna's surgery. It is going to be next week, and I had to put a deposit down of $150, so we're going to pull that from here, and I'm going to try and pull some of these smaller bills. What do I have here? 20, 40, 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, so that's 100, and we'll take a 50. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be next week. I am going to use my care credit, and I was going back and forth between what to do. So right now, because of the whole job loss and everything, I decided, well, at least this is my latest thought anyway, that I am just going to put the whole thing on my care credit, and I'm going to leave this money that I have in my high yield savings, just in my high yield savings, and I'm going to pay the payment that I have to pay every month to my care credit and leave it at that for now, because I can be earning some interest on this money in my high yield savings, and the money's in here if I need to pay it off at any point. But with care credit, as long as you pay it off before the promo period ends, you don't accumulate any interest. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that, and then once that date approaches, then I will pay it in full. That's just what I'm thinking right now, just because in the event that we need extra cash from somewhere, then I can pull it from this and it'll be fine. All right, so things are looking different around here, obviously, due to that, but you know, we're working with it. So in the emergency fund now, there's $950. I am pulling $40 from health. I bought allergy medicine for my husband and liquid IV. Okay, I only have a 50, so I'm going to just pull a 10 from over here. All right. Okay, and then I think that's all I'm pulling. Oh, no, I am pulling money from Michigan. So I know last week I said I had not overspent in Michigan, and I didn't really, but then when I got home, I kind of had some other expenses, and then I missed a week of work. So I'm going to pull 100 from in here just to kind of like make up for some of that. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. We're going to pull from there. Not a big deal. We don't even have a trip planned there right now, which every day I talk to my parents on FaceTime. And as many of you guys know, my dad has dementia. I don't talk about it a whole lot, but that is why we go to Michigan a lot. And every day when I talk to him, he doesn't like communicate as well anymore. But every day he sees me and smiles and he says, "When are you going to come here? And I want to see you." And it's like I was just there, but he doesn't like realize that. So we definitely try to get up there as much as possible. And since I still have my Southwest Companion Pass for the rest of the year and I have a ton of points, we'll probably be making a trip up there like in the summer, June or July-ish, to just fly up there like for a week, just like we did this last time. But yeah, we'll see. So I still have $200 in here, and like I said, we don't even have a trip planned currently. All right, so that's it. That's coming out of this binder. Next is going to be my low priority binder. Or not low priority, sorry. My short-term binder. All right, I have to pull $10 from the pups regular envelope. I ordered their dog food, and it was not $10. It was like $70, but so that's just for one of my dogs, $70. But I had, if you ordered it online and had it same day delivery, like through DoorDash, they would give you 15% off. So even with the tip, it saved me like $10. And then I had a $45 gift card to PetSmart. And then I also had $10 in treats rewards at PetSmart. So I only paid $9 and some change. So we are pulling $10 from there. And then I'm emptying household. I bought some plants. I did buy them marked down at Lowe's. If you guys don't know and you're into plants, Lowe's always has clearance flowers. And a lot of times, like, they're really not even bad. If you have any type of green thumb or can just, like, water it regularly, you'll be fine. So I got some plants from there. So household is empty. Costco, we went to Costco, and so I'm pulling the 50 from here, so Costco's empty, and that is all that's coming out of this binder. All right, and then next is the Savings Challenge binder, and we are pulling from shopping, another $20 from some yard stuff that we bought. And then from gifts, we are emptying that. We did buy some gifts for my in-laws. It was their anniversary, so we are going to pull the money from here. So I have 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. We got them, so it was a big anniversary for them this year, 40 years. And just because of how this year has been, usually we would do like something big for them, but obviously like we can't. And they understand that. So anyway, we got them these books. You guys have probably seen them, but they're basically like it's like a journal that gives prompts of like about their life. So like, what was your favorite childhood memory, or like what was advice you would give, or tell me about your siblings, or tell me about the like when you learned to drive, like that kind of thing. So we got one for his mom and one for his dad, and they're really pretty. We got them on Amazon. They're very pretty, and they're matching. So it is kind of a gift more for like my husband and I, because we'll get to have them, but it's a cool thing to like to have. I wish that I knew of something like that before my dad lost his memory, because he had quite the life. And he has a lot of really good stories, and he liked to tell stories. So I think because of that, that kind of thing is just like on our minds more. And so like we want to know about my husband's parents' lives, you know, like we don't want to forget that kind of stuff. So anyway, so that we got that for them. And then I also found this beautiful, my mother-in-law is like very into plants, and she has a lot of orchids, and they grow really well for her in her office. Like they just get the right light. They just like flourish in there. I cannot grow an orchid to save my life. It dies every time. But she has some that are like years and years old. So when we went to Hawaii, we actually like, there's an orchid store there where they like graft and make like their own. Oh, there's a word for it. Why can I not think of what it is? Anyway, we had some shipped from Hawaii here to Albuquerque, and they're ones you could only get in Hawaii. Well, I found this one orchid here at a grocery store of all places, but it was beautiful. It had like this root ball that they had encased in like moss, and the flowers were like hanging off of it, and it was hanging from almost looked like a banana like hook, like what you hang bananas on. And it was so beautiful. When I saw it, I thought it was fake, but it was not. It was real. So I got that for her as well. And yeah, so that was our little gifts we got her, of them, of course, and like a card, obviously. But yeah, so that's it for the unstuffing. So let's add it up. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. It should be 580. So we have 50, 150, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91, 10, 20, oops, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 580, that is correct. Very good. I didn't even reference my notes the whole time, you guys, and I figured it out. So 580, that's correct. We're going to push this to the side, pull out my iPad, and we're going to get into the budget with me portion of this video. All right, friends, we are back with the budget with me portion of this video. You might notice that this is different than my usual tracker, so I'll share with you really quickly. This is something that my husband made and is going to be available in our shop. You might have noticed when I usually do my budget with me videos that I don't ever use the cash breakdown on the side. And that's because mainly I come up with my denominations on the fly, because I'm usually using the money from my cash unstuffing to then fund my cash stuffing. Now, if you're like, that defeats the purpose if you're using the money that you're unstuffing to cash stuff your wallet. Well, it just eliminates a trip to the bank, because rather than me unstuffing the money, going and depositing it, and then my check gets deposited the next day, and I go back to the bank, take the money out again to stuff my envelopes, it doesn't make any sense. So instead, I unstuff my envelopes, hold on to that money for a day, my check gets deposited, I pay off my card, and I use the money that I already have from my cash unstuffing to use to stuff my envelopes. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. So I don't use the cash breakdown. Now, we did make a version of this that is available in the shop that does have the cash breakdown, because I know a lot of you guys do use that. I'm not one of those people. So for me, this made a lot more sense. So I'm going to hold this up and hopefully you guys can get a good look, but it has like the eucalyptus leaves and everything that is the vibe of my channel. And we have a spot for your envelopes, the amount that you're going to be adding, and then the balance after. So this was something that I really wanted because a lot of times I am not home and I want to know, oh, what's the balance in that envelope? And I don't have that information on me, but now I will because I have GoodNotes synced to my phone. So every week I can create a new template or like create a blank one of these, but I'll still have the one that I filled in from the week before so I can track as the amount goes up and down throughout the month or year or whatever. But I'll always have the current balance available here in GoodNotes. So that was one big change. So we made one like this. I say we, but it's my husband. And then we also made another tracker that's a debt payoff tracker and a couple other things that are going to be available digitally. And obviously, if you purchase those, you can use them in GoodNotes. You can print them, have whatever you want to do with them. But this is going to be the one that I'm using going forward. So we have, we'll zoom in here. This is my wallet, my high priority, my short term, low priority, and my savings challenges. All right, so let's talk about my wallet. So because we're already partway into this week, because I'm late doing this, as always, we are not going to put much into my wallet. I forgot to mention, this is for the pay date of April 18th, and the amount that we're working with is $550. Now, this is a week where we didn't have any extra income from my husband's severance, so it is paid to us every other week, just like his paycheck was. And so this is a week more like what you guys are used to from before, where I did my my part-time job and my side hustle income from Instacart. So we're working with $550 this week, and I already spent some of this. I actually had about $700, but I bought quite a few groceries this week and bought a few other things. So we took the money out of that. I'm not gonna even stuff it. And so let me turn the brightness up here. Starting in groceries, I am going to just put $20 in there. Zoom in a bit. Okay. Dining out, I will put, what day is it today? I don't have any plans to eat out. So you know what? I'm not going to put, I'll put $10. Like maybe if we go through a drive-thru or something. Fun money, I'll give myself my 10. My buffer is going to always get 10 or miscellaneous, and then my husband is going to get 10. So that's 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So we're going to write that over here. Okay. So that means we have 490 going forward. Let me get another color here that will show up well, and we'll write it over here. 490. Whoops. Okay. Now let's look at my high priority binder. As usual, we'll pull this out. So with my next week's cash stuffing, we're going to have a pretty big amount that we're going to put in my emergency fund, which is going to push us to, well, the plan is that it's going to push us to $10,000 in my emergency fund. So all of that, this $8,500 is sitting in my Ally account, my high yield savings. So I was thinking about it, and the thing with Ally, it's great. It's wonderful. You're earning interest. If you need that money, it's not going to be in your account immediately. It takes a few days. So once I hit the $10,000, I'm going to continue to stuff this envelope, but it is going to be in my wallet in cash. And then every 100, I'm going to put in my regular savings account. I want to have a buffer of probably like $500 that's always readily available to me, just in my bank in my savings account that I can access anytime. And then once I'm over that, the rest will go into my high yield savings. But if I need to pay something and I need money like right now, then I need to have something accessible. So today we're going to be putting $50 into the emergency fund. Okay. And then the dog's emergency fund, you guys saw we just took some money out of there. We're going to put 50 back in. So we'll be back up to 1,000. Man, I cannot write. I need to write on the angle. Okay, 50 in there. Then for health has 10. Or no, it has 490, sorry. But 480 of that is for my upcoming bill that I need to pay for May's premium. So I only have 10 in there for June. So we're going to add, let's do, can I add 100? Let me see if I can make 100 work in here. And then car repairs has 160. We'll just put 20. Michigan has 200, and we'll just put 20 as well. So that would mean we have 100, 200, 220, and 240 in this section of the binder, high priority. What did I just say? I forgot. 240. Okay, 240. 240. So we're going to take the 490 we had left minus 240, means we have 250 going forward. We're going to write that here. All right. Let's grab my short-term binder and we'll look in here. So, as you guys know, my dogs are both on medication. They're both kind of like special needs. They both have some health problems. And so Luna's having her surgery next week, like I said. Well, she's on pain medication daily because she has like hip dysplasia, and then she has torn ACLs in her back legs. And I don't know if I've told this story before, but it's mainly due to like she had poor nutrition when she was like in the womb. The guy that we got her from was not planning on his dog, getting pregnant. He was very low income, the mom did not have the proper nutrition, therefore my Luna did not have the proper nutrition when she was in the womb or after she was born in those first 6 weeks of her life. And then we got her very young at 6 weeks. And so she just did not have the best start. The surgery that she needs for her legs is $10K upwards of $10,000. And we cannot. And so the vet has just been like, we'll do these other things then to help her. And it has, because this has actually been something we've been dealing with her since 2019 is when we found out. And so she takes her medication. She has limited activity. Like, she knows when she's done. And we don't take her on walks. She loves to lay in the backyard in the sun, and she just goes belly up, and she does a few runs around with her brother, and then she's done. And she pretty much knows like her limit, pretty much. We help her up and down off the bed. We have a single story house, so she's not going up and down stairs or anything like that. But my point in all of this, because I'm getting a little bit rambly, is that her pain medication, we buy it once every 6 months. It was $118. It just jumped to $160. So that's going to be coming out of this envelope. So I need to put some more money in here. Let's see. Has 90. I will put some more in a couple days. Today, let's do 30. That'll put me at 120. Okay. All right. Then we've got household, and that is empty, so I'm just going to go with 10. Costco is empty as well. I literally have no room in my freezer, so I'm not going to go there this week. I literally cannot. I'm just going to put 20 in there right now. Let's see. I know that I'm going to have a haircut soon, and I know that my husband has got to have a haircut soon. Let's see. Let's do 20 in there, and that'll bring it up to 50. And then toiletries has 30, and it doesn't really need anything, but I'm going to always put something, so we're going to do 5. So that means in this binder we have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85. 30, 40, yes, 85. 85. You guys might hear the birds. They're pretty loud. So we had 250 and we're going to subtract the 85 and we have 165 going forward. And we'll write that over here in the margin. Okay, so next we're going to grab the low priority binder and probably just put our usuals in here. We don't have anything coming up that needs any large amount especially. So coffee, we always do 5. So we'll do that again. Entertainment, what does that have? Let's see. I think it has 60. It has 60. We'll just put 10 in there. Shopping has 20. I'm going to put 20 in there this week. And then gifts is empty and I'm going to put 10 in there. So we have 20, 30, 40, 45. Okay, so we had 165. We're going to take away 45. That gives us 120. Which is awesome. We're going to put all of that into our savings challenges. All right, so let's see how we're going to distribute that. All right. So we are working on the June challenge currently, and I don't remember what amounts are in here. Now that I have a laminator, I need to go through and laminate these. So I have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80. So that means I've done a 50, and a 30. Okay, so let's do a 40. Let's work from the bottom up. We'll do a 40. I'm just going to keep track over here on my calculator. So we have 80 left going forward. I want to make sure, I'm going to kind of work a little bit out of order here. I want to make sure that I get 25 into this binder. So I'm going to write that in right here. Okay, so that gives me 55. So I'm going to do let's do 3 icons here. So that would be $30. That means I have 25 left. And then I have the Catch 'em All challenge and the Daily Grind challenge, which each of these have the $5 icons. So to finish this row, I would need 15. So let's do that in the Catch 'em All challenge. All right, and then we have 10 left, so we're gonna do 10 for the Daily Grind challenge. All right, that is all of my challenges. Let's quickly add up this so I can make sure that it's 120. So I have 40 and then 70, 80, 105, 120, correct? 120. And just to triple check our work, we are going to add up the numbers in pink on the side. The numbers in green. We have 60 for our wallet, 240 for our high priority, 85 for short term, 45 for low priority, and 120 for our savings challenges for a total of 550. So we were really able to save a lot with a low dollar amount. Sorry, you guys, I had to close my window because somebody just pulled in their driveway next door and I don't know what they were doing, but it was loud. Anyway, okay. You guys, what the heck? I am dumb. Okay, so I have this like balance column here that I was all excited about, and because I'm not used to it, I did not fill it in. So let's do it really quickly together. It won't matter for my wallet because that is changing every week, but let's get my binders. Okay. Wow. All right. Emergency fund then is going to be at $85.50. I'm going to turn this on an angle. Okay. I'm going to do it in a different color. Let's do green. $85.50. The dog's emergency fund is going to be at $1,000. I remember that. Health, with that extra 100, we're going to be at $590. Car repairs is going to be at $180. Michigan is going to be at $220. Okay, that's it for this binder. My short-term binder, let's check it out. Pups is going to be at $120. Whoops. Come on. Oh my gosh. Ah. What in the world? Oh my gosh. Okay. Hold on. Okay, let's grab my short-term binder. So pups is going to be at 120. Then household is going to have 10 because that's empty. Costco is going to have 20 because that's empty. Beauty is going to have 50. And toiletries is going to have 35. All right. And we've got my short-term binder. Coffee is going to be at 35. Hopefully you guys can see this. See, okay. Coffee's at 35. Entertainment is going to be at 70. Shopping is going to be at 40. I do remember some of these off the top of my head. Gifts is going to be at 10. And then I'm not going to fill in the savings challenges ones because those are kind of changing all the time. Well, I guess some of them I can fill in. Let's see. Where's my savings challenge binder? Okay, so the June challenge is going to be at 120 after this. Then the Princess challenge is going to be at 50. Wow, halfway done with that already. The Catch 'em All challenge is going to be at, let's see, $50. The Daily Grind challenge is going to be at 35. And then my general savings is going to be at $275. Awesome. All right. Thank you all for sticking with me for that. This is new. This whole like filling in the balance thing is new. Also, let me know if you guys can see the numbers because I changed the thickness of what I'm writing, like what my Apple Pen is writing. It's thinner now, and I don't know if it translates well onto the screen. I guess I will see it when I edit this video. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. If you made it to the end of this video, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we are getting so close to opening the Etsy shop, so hit those notifications, or turn on the notifications rather, so that we can notify you when that Etsy shop opens. Also, if you guys made it to the end, leave me a horse emoji in the comments. I don't even know, you guys. That's just what came into my head. Leave me a horse emoji in the comments if you made it to the end. Appreciate y'all so much, and we will catch you guys in our next video. Bye.